naming a daughter Eva Brown would be harmful, and she mentioned something that we believe to be a game changer. One thing you must know about the late Eva, dear reader, was that she was an avid writer. She kept journals, which her sister held onto after her passing. In one of these journals was a baby name list, where she gave 5 names for a girl and 5 names for a boy. Rose held onto these names when she was having children. One of her sons is named the top boy name, but she is done now and wants to give it to my wife, but we believe we have to introduce this carefully, so we launched a game plan. The next day, I sat down with Lou and stated in no uncertain terms that our daughter would not be called Eva. Brown is the only surname we have, and Eva is not something I'd feel comfortable pairing with it. As I mentioned in comments, my wife is estranged from her family and often jokes that we got married so young, at 22, so she could get rid of her maiden name. She agreed that our child would take our married name but continued to stress about forgetting Eva. I also mentioned that by naming a child Eva, you'd be pressuring that child to live on for the late Eva, and that's a big burden for young shoulders. My cousin was named after a late relative, and my grandparents often compared him to that relative, and that's not something I want for my own child. That seemed to resonate, and she admitted that pregnancy was bringing up old feelings as she and Eva always said that they'd be pregnant together. I suggested therapy, and she started therapy last week. I then talked about mine and Rose's conversation, and she was very interested. We agreed that it would be lovely to give Eva the opportunity to name a child, knowing it was something she was seemingly passionate about, and we have narrowed it down between 2 of the 5 girl names. And I've got to admit, Eva had great taste in names. Being able to discuss baby names and think about our daughter as her own person has been a blessing, and I can see my wife is on the mend. I think this will be the only update that's needed, and I can't wait to meet my daughter. Thank you all for your help.